Hello and welcome to the Media Bubble podcast, where we are going today talk about standout games. And what I mean with standout games is, for an example, excuse me, I have my co-host with me. I'm Fredrik and he's Karol.
And I'm Karol, and I'm here with my own list as well.
And I got a bit excited, I guess, but how this list is going to work when I mean standout games is that it doesn't mean it's a top 10 games for us, or it's games that stood out. Like we could have a game that maybe we hated on the list, but it stood out in our head, like kind of the games that left you with the biggest impressions, I guess.
I think I literally have one of the games on my list that I don't really like, but it's a standout game.
Well, great. So, I think you will begin this round. We're going to take 5 at a time, I guess.
I think that's fair. So, speaking about games and standout games. So, as you said, it's just that games that left an impression on us. And for me, I have a mix of new games and old games.
Me too.
And
mostly old, actually.
So let's start with... I wrote Knack 1.
Knack 1?
Yes.
You have talked a tiny bit about this. I don't really understand why you are so fascinated about that one.
It's just... I think I got the game. I bought it on a whim. And I felt, okay, this seems like an afternoon thingy. Like, I could probably finish this game in like one afternoon. And I started playing it, and I felt, man, this is boring. So what I did was I put it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
Where you die in 2 hits.
Okay.
And that felt awful.
And so he continued.
Literally, yes. Like, the final boss also gets you in 2 hits. Every single enemy gets you in 2 hits. The story is semi-interesting. It's about this little dude that is made out of like, relics. And his whole personality is just like, I'm a bit... he's like, tough guy.
Yeah. He's a really tough guy.
Exactly. And there's this whole story about... this civilization that started out on relics, and everything is powered by relics, and he's made of relics, so he's very powerful because of that. But there's also goblins that are being that are waging war on humanity, and they're being like kind of mistreated, but not really, and they're warmongering, but they're also being displaced. So there's that kind of deal. But the reason for it being so standout to me is that this whole game is made for babies.
Yeah.
The extreme difficulty is hard as nails. Throughout, I don't know, like 10 hours that I played, not a single power-up, not a single upgrade. It's just 1-2-1 combo.
Okay.
It felt mind-numbing.
Why did you continue for 10 hours if I'm asking that?
Because for some reason, it hit that sweet spot between being so annoyingly difficult. But if you put time, you can actually do it.
I find it a bit weird if a difficult setting is, if the only the difference is, I'm being able to take less hits now. There wasn't more enemies or something like that. It was just the hits.
Yeah, it was just the hits. The enemies do not damage each other. Some of them are extreme bullshit. They you dodge the attacks and they home in on you. Like, it sucks. But it sucks good enough for me to remember it.
It sucks, but it sucks good enough.
Yeah, I hope you can kind of understand, the listeners, what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's exactly what this list is about. Standout games.
Okay.
It stood out.
So, game number 2. I put BioShock 2.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's a game that I really want to talk about, I just remember getting this game. I know it's been out for a few years. I got it on PS3, and I just spent 3 days in a haze trying to finish this game. It was so good. the setting of Rapture after the first game, like it's just like this sunken city beneath the waves. Extreme capitalists think they're better than everyone, but it's basically like hell on earth. You play as a big daddy, who you can just kill people with a big ass drill that's bolted to your hands.
Yeah.
There's a morality system in like 2000 games, like you can be either good or bad. There's endings depending on that. The tonics, which are the game's power-ups, are really fun to use. You can hack. You have a specific gun that you shoot the drones in the air, and you have, as you're being shot at, you have a mini game where you have to do like a timing mini game where people are hurling like grenades and bullets at you, and suddenly the turret that is firing a salve at you suddenly turns away, and it turns to every single other person in the room. It's great.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have that much to comment on that game because I have not seen it that much.
It's quite old at this moment.
Well, I know what it is. It's just that I haven't played or seen much of it, but I know a little bit about it. Like a trailer amount of knowledge.
Oh, well, I think I have the game. I might be able to find it if you want to try it.
Let's see.
It's. I mean,
the thing is that I already own a lot of games that I haven't even played. So,
God, I know this feeling. But also, the second game had a whatchamacallit. They had a multiplayer system. So all the tonics, all the weapons, everything you could use in the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was set as a prequel to the second game, so you kind of fought in this New Year situation.
Is that BioShock Infinite?
No, BioShock Infinite is after second one.
Okay.
It's basically BioShock. It's BioShock 1 at the same time. No, it's BioShock 2 multiplayer story, BioShock 1, BioShock 2 Infinite. Infinite was also good, despite what people say. There's some critics. Okay, game 3. I wrote...
Well, wait, has that gotten bad reviews now? Because I remember when that first came out, people loved that game, right?
I think people were a little bit miffed about the DLC. Because Burial at Sea kind of makes you play... I don't know how much you played of it.
Nah, not much.
Basically, the first game is... the Infinite is about you going to, not Rapture, but to... Sky Rapture.
Yeah, I know that part. Like, this. Here's the thing. I don't know a lot of things. I just know that this is a famous series from that era of time, and there's like two different settings. There's one like underwater, and there's one
Above
when
the
you're in the sky.
Yes,
that's kind of what I know.
So the underwater one was very capitalistic. We're above religion. Above is just people are like very into religion. They believe to be self like, yeah, the chosen ones.
Which one came first in the timeline?
In the timeline, it was first Rapture, and then it was Infinite.
Okay.
Was it? I don't remember.
Next game, I guess.
Yes, because I don't want to spend too much time on BioShock 2. I also wrote Bloodborne.
Oh, I have actually played a tiny bit of that one.
It's I picked Bloodborne because I distinctly remember playing it with my one of my friends, Matthias. Do you have Bloodborne?
I have Bloodborne.
I wanted to replay Bloodborne. But basically, we played the entirety of Bloodborne together with Matthias. Every single boss we did together. Every single side quests, every single location, we did that. And we took so many pictures because we also found another person, like just by playing. He joined us on one of the bosses, and then we just like messaged him and like, hey, do you want to like play the game with us? And then it was all the three of us to the final boss. I love the setting. I love it's gothic, it's bloody, there's werewolves, there are vampire knights, there's eldritch beasts, it's like there's people argue that there's a lot about like femininity in it, like There's secret endings. There's repeatable chalice dungeons with additional bosses not found in the story. The DLC is great. It unlocks more abilities. Hell yeah.
The thing with for me and Bloodborne, if I'm because you asked,
I did.
one day I have owned I do own the game, and one day I decided, oh, let's actually try it. So I played it for one day, and then some other things in life happened, and I kind of didn't pick it up after, and so it's kind of a game that I want to replay again or give a chance again, but I feel like this happens to me quite often with games, is that I kind of start a game, then other things in life distracts me.
This is literally me and Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, and then I'm kind of like, oh, I want to get back into that game, but it has been such a long time that I feel like, oh, I probably need to restart it completely because I don't remember the controls.
Yes. I feel you. I think before we finished Bloodborne, I had to restart it like at least twice.
I think that maybe is the reason why I like platformers so much, is because I can just go on a amount of period of time and then go back into a platformer and be like, oh, I remember the controls easy.
Exactly. So that was 3 games.
Yeah.
2 more. I also picked Mario Party Superstars.
Have you played that?
I have 20 hours on that.
Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes I forget that you have a Switch.
I too.
Well, Superstars, that is...
it's not the first one, it's the second one before Jamboree on the Switch.
Oh, okay, so the one with old boards.
Yes.
From the 64 era.
Basically, ever since I got that game, and so I have a niece.
Yeah.
Let's call her... I don't want to dox her, so let's call her...
Hannah.
Ja, Hanna. Hej Hanna, du vet vem du är. So, Hanna...
What a shout out.
So, Hanna and me are always playing this game. We play through all the mini games.
Yeah.
She started playing on normal difficulty, so I'm making a Mario Party monster in the making. And we are unlocking stuff. She wins sometimes over me, I win sometimes over her. I think I bragged to you about how I...
You actually have told me one story where you screwed her over in the last turn.
Yes!
And she became actually really angry at you for one time.
Yeah, so no tears, I'm not that mean. But she was kind of pissed at me for the rest of the day and the day after. I think I stole like 2 stars from her at the end. It was bad.
Here's the thing, for me that has I have also played Mario Party as a child, and I kind of know that Mario Party is like that game of franchise where people say, oh, it ruins friendships, and it's kind of true actually. Like, we have played Mario Party together, and there have been times where I got really angry at you. Like, the thing with also Mario Party is that sometimes it doesn't matter skill, because technically I should be better because I played it more.
Yeah.
But Mario Party also has a certain thing of you don't need a lot of skill or playtime to understand it. So
yeah, and I think that's why it's so great about playing with like younger kids. Because yeah, she doesn't need a lot of skills. If we play it on harder difficulty, sure, but other than that, she's doing everything fine. And also, the thing about I think for Mario Party, you don't have to play to win. You just want to play for the others to lose.
Yeah, I remember you and another old friend of ours played. I think it was Mario Party 9, the one with the car.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of you really went in to screw me over. And you succeeded, I remember. And at some point I remember me being actually pretty angry at both of you.
I remember that as well.
I don't exactly remember what the heck you did, but I remember that I got really angry.
And last game for this part of my 5 games. Okay, let's say I have a lot of games on my list, but let's say Dragon Age 2.
Yeah.
So, Dragon Age 2 is a series in the Dragon Age games. It's Dragon Age Origins 2, then it's... oh god. I played the third a little bit. I do have it too. No, I borrowed it from the library. But basically, I fell in love with the second game.
Yeah.
It's such a well-contained story. It's like a real-time strategy RPG. So you can pause time, you can ask your friends to like use visibility. And you have to control them while also controlling yourself. And it has this kind of like a dancey feeling to it.
Yeah.
I know that at the time of release, it had very bad reviews about them reusing the same place. Because I think it had a very short development cycle. So a lot of the areas in the games are reused. When you travel in town, you're getting jumped.
Yeah.
When you're outside, you're getting jumped. When you're in the caverns, you're getting jumped. When you're in the dungeons, they look the samey. But I think it's a great strength because the game is set up that you have 2 time skips. And after each time skip, you kind of have to clear the same areas again. But I liked it. I liked how, even after 3 years, after everything that happens in the story, you kind of see that this place that you kind of cleared out 3 years ago, well, there's new bandits there, of course. There's more trouble. The areas that you thought were safe are not. Things develop. The companions are like, and as I said, it's I think there's 3 time skips, and each time skips you have to clear out everything. But I loved the characters in that game. I had the biggest crush on Varric, which is like the dwarven marksman. I think the only game there's 2 non-romanceable characters.
Okay.
I think one of them is Valerie, which is a Knight Templar, and the other one is Varric, and he was the dwarven marksman. And my god, why? It's like when you can get something, that heart grows fonder. Every other characters you can romance. And they're very interesting. I think I romanced Anders in my first game, and it was hilarious because he's like, the whole Dragon Age 2 is about this town, which is the town. And basically, in this setting, if you're a mage, you, in your dreams, have access to like a demon realm. And at any point, a demon can possess you, since you have this link to this place. So, in this city, there are Templars, and they decided, okay, well, this fucking sucks. You cannot be a walking time bomb, so we're gonna put you in like an asylum for mages. For your own good.
Yeah.
And if you misbehave, we're gonna mind wipe you. So they're very discriminated. And Anders is kind of like gung-ho, well, we can't let these mages be mistreated like this, right? It's inhumane. So I romanced him. Well, spoilers, turns out Anders is a fucking terrorist. He blows up the whole city in this 3rd act. And he's like, you know I had to do it. And I'm like, no you didn't have to. You could have fucking told me we're together, man.
What kind of a relationship is this?
Exactly. Like, he's plays this do-goody two-shoes. But he's also, like, has a spirit of, like, a demon called Justice in him. So you're kind of, like, dating 2 dudes in the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, what did you think would happen? Like... And also, I played it the second time, and you could play it as a mage. When you're a mage, he's fucking annoying. He's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't, like, cause a rebellion at the city where every single mage could be dead. And it's like, we should. I think we should. We should do violence to them. Anders is a mess. I love him.
Okay.
That was the 4th game or 5th game?
That was the 5th.
5th, okay. So, what games did you pick?
Well, Karol is going to get back with his other 5 picks a bit later on, but how I'm going to talk about my games, I will talk about them in kind of release order, or maybe how when the time where I play them. I don't kind of. But the first game that I kind of want to talk about is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And here's the thing: when I was growing up, I have two older brothers, and one of my older brothers had a console, and because he had a console, there wasn't really a point for why would I get a console when I was so little when my brother has. The trouble just is with that is that sometimes I wasn't allowed into my brother's room. So what I played for a big time were computer games. And one computer game that I owned that I probably spent the most time on was Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, which is... we have talked a bit, I think, about this sometime before, but you can build your own theme park, you can build your own roller coaster. If you want to make people drown, that's also a possibility. you can get people to go on your roller coaster, and when they are riding that roller coaster, you can make it just so that the roller coaster stops in mid-air and they just fly away.
Revolutionary.
Well, you can make your own kind of the theme park, and there's a lot of different creative freedoms. There's actually very many different roller coasters you can be building, and a lot of how you make your own park.
So I was wondering, how did you always play? Did you play to meet the goals, or did you have like a design and plan, or did you just cause chaos for fun?
Do you want to know something? I didn't even know that there really were goals in the beginning when I played, because here's the thing. For once I was a kid and I didn't really care that much about the achievement goals. For the other thing, at this stage of my life, I didn't even know English, and the English was the language where so a lot of these kind of things that came up, I just had to ignore and keep doing what I found fun, because at this time of my life I didn't know English. That's how little I was, you can say.
Could you say that Roller Coaster Tycoon helped you learn English? Did you learn English through playing it?
No, the biggest thing that I learned English from was actually when I started to watch YouTube, and I watched a lot of people that spoke English. That's probably the biggest thing that helped me with English. Not really games. And like the thing is, not knowing English was a bit confusing when I tried to play my first Pokemon game also.
Yeah, I could see it. Actually.
But I guess more on that a little bit later. But Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's kind of just the feeling of being able to build and do whatever you want, I felt like.
Have you tried any of the new Tycoon type games?
I did play the third one, and I was a bit interested in maybe playing Planet Coaster, but...
That's the one I've been thinking about.
But the thing with Planet Coaster, the first thing is that the computer I have now I don't think would be able to run it. And I'm a little bit afraid of how much time I would probably spend on it.
You know what? That's actually a valid concern.
So that's kind of a game from my childhood that I remember really fondly of. It's if I'm going to continue with my second game, one thing that I actually do think about sometimes is that Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, you have the freedom to build whatever you want, and that was amazing for me when I was a kid. But those types of games where you can like spend amount of time of building things on your own, when I got older, I noticed that I'm not really that interested in doing that anymore. Like I tried playing, for an example, Mario Maker and making your own levels and making them good. And at some points I just noticed that this isn't really that much fun. I kind of just like playing the levels.
I think that's fair.
But I guess continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
Another computer game that I had installed in my computer was Donald Duck Going Quackers, and why this stood out.
You have told me about this game before.
So this stood out in the way of I didn't have that many platformers on my computer running. So this one stood out for that reason, because this was a platformer. It doesn't have that many levels. I've actually seen some... One thing that I feel a bit weird about is that this game has different types of levels depending on which versions you play. Like the computer version has different levels from, example, the N64 version. And from what I can understand, I probably did play the best version.
How many versions are there?
Like 6 or something.
Okay.
But
I guess it's like the limitations of the console. I'm guessing there's like aren't there like versions of this game for the Game Boy or the Nintendo's DS maybe?
I think there's one for the GameCube that is very different from all the other versions.
But I think that's just par for the course for games that were maybe made for licensing.
Well, licensed games are always a bit interesting in certain aspects, but from what I can understand, I played the best version from what I have seen.
Would you say that it still holds up to this day?
Probably not, if I'm being honest. It has been a while ago since I played it. The thing that probably would get the most critique is that there's not a lot of levels. It's like 16 platforming levels and 4 bosses and some other things. But here's the thing. I feel like the reason why this game stands out a bit to me is because this is probably a game that I 100%ed the most, because with the fact that I was a kid, I had time, this was the only platform game on my computer. It was also a game that was easy to install to some other one's computer.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That kind of makes the process of this probably is the game that I have 100%ed the most amount of times.
I'm trying to think if I 100%ed any type of game. There must be like at least one, I think.
Probably something simple.
Yeah, like an episodic game, like Life is Strange, maybe.
And then we have New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS, and the Nintendo DS was my first ever console, and the game I got for my first ever console was New Super Mario Bros. And this one was actually a bit fun, because not only did I get like a platform game, there was also a lot of fun and unique mini games to it. So there was like a mini game mode where they had taken, I think, mini games from Super Mario 64 DS and put them in this version, and so there was a lot of mini games that you also could play while at the same time having this platform game. And because I was a kid and I didn't really know what quality of games really were, and I bought some other games, this one stood out a bit more when I got some other games, because this one was always like, oh, this one is really good. And then let's see, then we have Super Mario Galaxy, one of my all-time favorite games, and I have said this before, but I love platformers, and this might actually be my favorite game. I love Super Mario Galaxy, and I love the feeling of it. It was like, I remember the intro and thinking, oh, this is not your typical Mario game, like they are going a bit more serious. Because Mario Galaxy have kind of that weird thing of them trying to take it a bit more serious than other games. They kind of dropped that after this game again, but really good platform. I think everybody know what Mario Galaxy is, so
I feel so as well.
So it's Mario Galaxy, one of my favorite games.
How do you feel that Super Mario Galaxy compares to, like, I don't know, Super Mario World? Odyssey, I mean.
I like Mario Galaxy better because I feel like there's more ideas of how to platform or how to make use of Mario's moves and things like that. Odyssey to me is just, go this direction and you might find a star. Or might find an easy moon.
It's a bit more open-ended.
I don't feel like there's much challenge in Odyssey, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. Maybe they made the game to have more like broad appeal.
Odyssey was, I feel, also a bit more designed with the thought of Switch, where it's kind of like Switch is also like a handheld console, and that might be more better
definitely.
for the moon mechanic. And let's see, then we have for the fifth game that I'm going to talk about, Pokemon Soul of Silver. Here's the thing that once upon a time I was really big into Pokemon. I'm still kind of is somewhat. It has faded a bit, but the first Pokemon game I actually played was Pokemon Platinum. And as I kind of described before, I didn't really know English at the time, so sometimes it was a bit confusing, sometimes I got stuck. But it did lead me to a bit of a thing of me. I don't really remember exactly how our friendship began, but I remember that I noticed that you were playing Pokemon one time, and that was kind of a conversation starter, I guess.
Yes, that's that is how our friendship started.
And one time I remember that when we were on a trip and you were showing me this new Pokemon game, which was Soul of Silver.
We started with Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
And then you got Platinum.
No,
Didn't you have? I thought you had Platinum.
No, I only have Platinum.
Yeah.
I don't have a Diamond or Pearl.
But I had Pearl.
I remember one time we did a Pokemon battle and my Pokemon kicked your ass.
I'm not good at Pokemon. I'm sad to admit I freaking suck.
You don't seem that good at leveling up, I've noticed. Or making that grind.
I like the cookie minigames.
Well, anyway.
Or Pokeathlon.
Well, anyway, Pokemon Soul of Silver stood out kind of much for all the little improvements, I feel like. Like, if I remember, one thing that is a small improvement, but I just feel like this shows how much thought went into Soul of Silver, is in the touchscreen, when you were running in Platinum, you always had to hold down the B button, but in Soul of Silver, there was one thing in the touchscreen where if you just touched that, it just meant that your character was always running. You didn't need to hold that button back. And that's kind of a very little thing that no one ever really talks about, but I just feel like that shows the level of details and care that they kind of put into this remake. And this is easily probably the best Pokemon game I've played, and the one that I had most fun with, because it always feels like they just put that little bit of extra care into everything.
I have to agree with you. I do. I loved Soul Silver. I think we had the same version too.
Yeah, we did. Well, maybe I should have gotten hardcore with the fact that you had Soul of Silver.
I mean,
the thing is that I liked Lugia more.
I did too. We just both like Lugia more. Look, we're just not. Nintendo just didn't get us. Also, I wanted to say that I'm not a Pokemon fan anymore such a. I mean, it's like they say, raised Pokemon, but not non-practicing.
Here's the thing: is that our Pokemon fandom was kind of always more about having fun with it. We are not really in that competitive Pokemon nature.
Exactly. We don't do Nuzlockes, or we don't do like competitive games.
Yeah. I remember I once got in a conversation with someone that was into the more battle variants of Pokemon, and I was like, how am I going to get out of this?
Are we thinking about the same person?
I think so.
Oh God.
Well, that was kind of my 5 standout games for now. I guess we can go back to you.
Yeah. Okay, let me think.
Or do you want me to say something more about Soul of Silver?
No, I mean, it was a thought. I'll save it to afterwards. Okay, so next up, my 5, the back end of my 10 games, which is our 5, and I have a list in front of me on my paper. I was joking with Matthias also. That I was like an old-timey professor by candlelight writing letters. So that was the vibe yesterday when I didn't have electricity. Okay. Okay. So I have written Repo. Okay. I have spoken to you about it.
Can you explain to me what this is? Because I don't remember just with the name.
Okay, so Repo, basically it came out this year. It's mostly a multiplayer game, although you can play it alone or get like matched with randoms. You play as those little robots who are Repo men. They, like, if you can't pay, they'll take it away. They go into abandoned buildings, mansions, laboratories, I think museums, and they just grab stuff to sell. And the game is you're as you go in, you're chased by monsters. Either it's a blind blind hunter who can hear you how you talk, walk, or do stuff, because the game has proximity chat. There's like a giant head that will chase you. There's like a scarecrow. Basically, lots of monsters, lots of equipment. But the fun part is, it's really fun to play with friends. The game forces you to cooperate. You can't lift every single thing yourself. Is there a heavy TV that you can take? Or like maybe an ice sculpture? Or like a big fish tank? You have to have another person with you. You have to communicate, you have to speak. And imagine if you're carrying like a heavy, big, and expensive thing that will break if you drop it.
Yeah.
And out of the corner comes a guy with a gun that tries to kill you. What do you do? Do you stay still? Do you scream? Do you offer your friend?
Yeah. Do you offer your friend?
And I specifically picked this game also because I've managed to, I think for once, we got a big group with 7 people playing it at the same time.
Yeah.
And you could see strategies and you like talk about, hey, is this person dead? Should we find them? No, they're alive. They'll probably be fine. They're probably dead.
Okay.
Or you hear like screams in the background like it's...
Help me, guys!
Exactly. And, okay. Pick number 2, or pick number 7 in this case. Fat Princess.
Oh, I remember. I have played this with you.
Yes. It's still like...
How did you win? Was it that you stole the princess or...
Yes. It's basically capture the flag, but it's medieval and you're knights, and instead of a flag, it's a princess.
And she's fat.
Yes. So your flag, which is your princess, you can make her fat. Because the one kingdom has each other's princesses. So you can make her fat with cake so that she's heavier to carry. And that gives you more chance to get the flag back so that you don't lose.
Yeah.
And I remember it being the first game I ever bought with my own money. And I spent like a good 100 hours on that. Because it was multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
I spent so much money on PlayStation Plus. It's shameful. Okay.
Well, I guess it's a game that is kind of simple and fun, I guess.
Yes, it is. You can cheese it with DLC classes, but you don't have to. There's a lot of strategies you can do with your friends too.
Oh, now I'm going to invent my friends and I can screw them over with my tactics.
It's fun to think. But thinking about games where you build, because you spoke about it with Roller Coaster Tycoon, I was debating between putting Zoo Tycoon, but then I remember I could never freaking install the game because I bought a DLC with dinosaurs and it just crashed my freaking everything. So I picked Sims 2.
Yeah.
Not Sims 3 because I don't have it. Not Sims 4 because it's a very good building simulation, but it's a sucky game to play. Sims 2 specifically.
I'm surprised that they never made a Sims 5. Like I know that they have been building on the Sims 4 for like 10 years now, but it still surprises me because I feel like you can get more money when you release a new game more than expansions pack.
Not the way that EA has been handling Sims 4. Because currently there's not expansion packs. There's expansion packs, there are game packs, and there are kits. And kits are just like few items and maybe like a gameplay thing. Packs is like a themed thing, but there's not an expansion pack. They can milk so much money from Sims 4, and people have already spent thousands of dollars. Why not spend more and more expansion packs? This is your hobby now. Sims 2, expansion packs, great. My family was concerned for how much time I spent on The Sims. I spoken up with my cousin about this, and he asked me like, oh, so when I was young and came to your house, what do you remember? Oh, yeah, you spent a lot of time playing Sims 2. And it's like, that sounds sad.
What do you remember from me when I was a child? You playing that one specific game.
Yes! Okay. 3 more games? 2 more games?
Here's the thing, is that you have... I'm not sure if this was before you knew me, but you haven't talked that much about Sims 2 when I was around.
I don't think there's so much you can talk about with other people about The Sims.
No, I guess not.
It's a strictly like a single player game where a lot of stuff, like if I told, yeah, I made a family and then I made them live in a house, and then I had my main character who was a gardener marry his nanny that was taking care of his daughter. And she was an alien, and then she went to college, like...
For me, like, that was the boring part of taking care of the family. I liked more building the house.
I like the drama.
Because here's the thing, I almost found the humans more annoying because sometimes they did not want to do what I wanted them to do. And they got annoyed when I was feeding them like regularly.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I actually managed to make 2 teenagers fall in love, and that was like the one and only time I did manage to do it.
I think you would maybe enjoy Sims 4 because it's much easier to make them listen to you.
Well,
in Sims 2 they had an attitude.
I gotta be honest, I'm not going back into the Sims world.
Don't. The base game sucks. And it's free to play, but it sucks. Okay, so I have 2 more games.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Kitty Powers Matchmaker.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, it's a matching. It's a very queer game. You run a dating agency, and what you're doing is you have people that come to you, and they have their likes, dislikes, their type, their star sign, and their preferences, and you gotta find someone who matches them.
Yeah.
And it's not as simple because once you find someone, you have to go on a date. And there's mini games. You can like, do you remember the server's face? Do you remember if they're vegetarian or not? Do they eat meat? Do you want something hot? Can you remember their phone number? Can you find them on their picture from a concert? What if your ex comes to the date? how will they react? Are they spicy? Are they romantic? Are they spicy? Then it's okay. If they're romantic, then maybe they'll be like kind of bad about it. So you have all these different. It's such a simple game, but there's so many factors you have to always calculate.
Yeah.
On the previous date, have you already talked about work? Then it's a no-go. Have you already complimented their hair? Have they changed their hair? Like, you can't go to the same restaurant twice. What if they fucking hate each other? Do you just go for another guy? If they get rejected, then you can only have 3 strikes. And it's all this dance with all these silly systems, because even if someone doesn't believe in astrology and yours doesn't, like, okay, so these 2 people, let's say Dominic and Amanda. Dominic hates astrology. Amanda loves astrology. Do not talk about astrology. But they are both air signs, which means that they are compatible even if they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, the more you go, the more picky and difficult the subjects, the clients.
Yeah.
Because imagine if, like, there's a VIP and they're like a fashion designer. They do not want to go on a date with someone who's a janitor. So the pool of the dateable people are smaller and smaller. And I liked it.
Yeah.
And last game that I want to talk about... Fuck it. Let's say Library of Ruina.
Okay. Fuck it.
I'm currently playing Lobotomy Corporation. It's a hell game. It's basically, there are 3 games in the series.
Yeah.
Lobotomy Corp, Library of Ruina, Limbus Company.
Yeah.
Library of Ruina is the one that I like the most.
Yeah.
But you need to know about LobCorp, which is you work for a energy company that harvests energy from monsters. And monsters, we speaking like, do you know what SAP is? SCP?
Yeah, kind of.
Slenderman, like those, like, basically you take care of these. And they are very prone to killing your employees.
Yeah.
And also, there's a story about self-realization. Because there are people that work there and they're trapped in a time loop. So if you screw up, you have to do the same thing all over again.
Yeah.
Library of Ruina, the AI that was helping you manage the energy company, is now managing a library. Because she wants to be human.
Yeah.
But the city in which the whole place is, they have a strict taboo about robots are not humans. They cannot become humans at any cost. Because that's going to fuck up the system.
Yeah.
So they invite guests. They basically send you an invitation card that you can get a book about anything in the world if you come if you come to the library.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. But if you die, you become a book. So basically, they get books from low people, like lower classes people, like street rats, people who harvest guts. It's a very awful...
What's in these books then, or is their whole life history?
Yes. So imagine if a person, like a very powerful politician, or like a very powerful hero, dies in the library. You have incentive to go to the library and get every information you ever want about him. All the secrets, all his life, all his, like... And the thing is, as the story goes along, you get more perspectives. You have people who live in the city. It's a fucking nightmare place.
Yeah.
There are cannibals. There are vampires. There are people who sweep people, like cleaners that eat, like ants, eat everything, every living being at night. There are colored fixers who are very unhappy. There are people who turn into monsters because they're like emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
And there's also this overarching phenomenon that turns people into monsters because when they're emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
And I really love the story. I really love the concepts in that game. About, like...
I'm noticing you're really animated
I
for
am.
this one.
For listeners, I am just like doing things with my arms that are like I don't usually do. And it's so interesting how they like pull, because every, like, at least in Limbus, a lot of things are based on books. In Limbus Company, there are 12 main characters, and they're all based on some kind of like a book. You have Ishmael from Moby Dick, you have Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights, you have Don Quixote from Don Quixote.
Yeah.
And they're all these people that have massive fucking trauma, and they live through terrible shit in the city, which is like for the regular, just like nightmare fuel. And they meet these people that distort, that could be safe, but not necessarily always.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you have any questions for me, or should I stop yapping?
No, I don't have that many questions because I found it a bit hard to follow, but yeah.
Okay. Library of Runa. There's a library. People go in, either die and turn into books, or can get books from people who died.
Yeah, I understand that bit at least.
Yeah. And you fight, and the problem just escalates because as people die, more important people die, and it's like more important people come, so they die. More come, more die.
I can just see myself when I'm editing this episode later and then I will find out really what you were blabbering on about.
Yeah, since I didn't prepare any slides for today, listeners, so what you will see in post.
Let's see if I'm going to talk about my 5 last picks. Let's see, we have number 6, I guess, Epic Mickey. And here's the thing, if you know about me, you know about my love for old kind of Disney shorts, comic books, things like that. And so here kind of comes up. I also love platform games, so here kind of comes a game that for me when I was kind of a kid did both of these into and put a really kind of fun twist of story of them going to Wasteland, which was a place with a lot of forgotten Disney characters, kind of. Like I remembered all of the I knew all of who all of
They
the
weren't
characters
lost.
were.
They weren't lost to you.
Not really. Yeah, so this was a platform game when I was a kid. I really enjoyed because it combined two interesting points of me while delivering somewhat of an interesting story. I played the rebrushed for a couple of or for like half a year ago or something like that. I will say that there were some parts that maybe I was blinded by as a kid because maybe it wasn't as good as I remember when I was a kid, but it was still a fun platform game. So yeah, I have fun memories of playing that as a kid. Mario Kart 8 is kind of a journey because I think the amount of times I have played that game is something that's started to stand out to me at some points, because usually when people are over or if someone wants to play a game with me, Mario Kart is kind of always the one.
Yeah, we tend to play it the most when I come over to your house.
Which also kind of meant that because I played Mario Kart so much, I'm so much better at it than all the other people I play against. So sometimes they try to tell me that do you cheat in some way or something? No, I'm kind of just good.
So what you're saying is that you invite people over to crush them at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Well, not in the beginning at least, because in the beginning it was mostly the other people that wanted to play, because when I started to play Mario Kart 8, I kind of noticed that because I was so much better than everyone else, I noticed that it wasn't really that much challenge for me to win. So it was mostly other people that suggested to play Mario Kart. But now I kind of just found a spot where I found Mario Kart 8 kind of fun. There's also a lot of tracks now. There's like 96 tracks this point now.
You could try speedrunning it.
No. Like that.
No,
the thing with speedrunning is that they are picking apart every microsecond. And I don't want to go that deep into it.
Yeah, I can see why. I already regretted when I said it out loud.
Let's see. We have The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Here's the thing. I hadn't I haven't played that many Zeldas. The first one I tried was Skyward Sword, and I did not find that one that fun. Then I tried some others, but when it came to Breath of the Wild, I found it to be a unique game because it's the closest that I've gotten to the feeling of actually going on an adventure. That is kind of the feeling that I feel Breath of the Wild gives you, is going on an adventure. You don't know exactly where to go, what you're going to find. It's just going out, seeing what is there and exploring, having fun, seeing what the little things of this world you can find. And that was kind of fun. It's not really a game that I felt needed to be rushed or anything. It's just take your time and, oh, what's over here?
Wait, didn't you have it on the Wii U?
I did at first. Then I eventually did buy it on the Switch because it was a bit simpler to play it there. But
So nice you bought it twice.
I'm kind of annoyed at that fact because I'm feeling because I was one of the few people that actually bought a Wii U and supported Nintendo at that time. I kind of felt like they could have at least been nice and done something, because when I supported a failed console, but no, they are charging this game even more than when I bought it the first time.
That's the Nintendo tax for you. Because they sometimes do cross, like you get two versions for the same game with PlayStation nowadays. But that could also be the case because PlayStation 5 doesn't have as many games on it.
Yeah, Nintendo is kind of stubbornly annoying at kind of some parts of their
business model.
Yeah.
But speaking about PlayStation games, I see that you have another one lined up.
So, I bought a PS4 at one time. It was my first PlayStation console, and there was a couple of reasons. I wanted to play when I realized how many games I wanted to play on the thing, I was like really considering it, because I really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 3 when that would eventually come out. I really wanted to play that Crash trilogy of the games. And while I had my PS4 and you kind of looked for games to play, I picked up Spider-Man. And here's the thing, Spider-Man had like been a game that Sony had made trailers for in their E3 presentations, but I never looked that much into it. I thought, well, this probably isn't a game for me, but at that point of time there wasn't really that many games that I played, and so I picked Spider-Man up because I am a bit of a Spider-Man fan, and this game, the thing that stood out for me with this game was I hadn't had so much fun with a game for such a long time. Like, I had just so much fun swinging around New York City as Spider-Man. I found the story to be refreshing because it actually started with him being 23 and not going back to high school for the 15th time.
I also started like not looking forward to series where they're in high school.
And
which I say after we recorded the anime episode and now think about it, maybe not. But anyway, continue.
Okay. Well, there are some aspects of high school maybe you can still like when it comes to series.
Yeah. I guess.
Let's see, and...
But he's not in school anymore.
Yeah, here, and I don't know, I just found this refreshing and fun. I like the gameplay a lot. I like just swing around as Spider-Man. Like, just that was quite fun. And so I 100%ed the game, which is not that often that I do that anymore, but I could not put this game down really when I first was playing it. It was just so much fun for me.
What was the biggest part for you for why you continue playing? What was the
just the amount of fun I felt from it. It was just, or what was your...
No, like, yeah, like, what was the thing that drew you in? Was it the story, or was it the combat, or was it just like the fun in general?
Everything. Like I found that everything was kind of fun about this game, and even parts that you maybe didn't enjoy that much, it was so quickly over, or you were so quickly to the next part that you could just, oh, now I'm moving on to something other that is fun. Like it just has I feel energy to it, and once I got into the combat mechanic, because I hadn't really done things like this before, yeah, it just was a lot of fun, I feel like.
How did you try to play? Have you tried the second one, the sequel?
No, because that's a PS5 game and I don't have a PS5. Did that get a computer version? And maybe it has.
I don't know. Probably yes.
Here, the thing that is a bit confusing to me is that PlayStation 5 is a console that gets complained about not having a lot of exclusive games, and so Sony, well, in the meantime, is the few games that they have that is exclusive, they are releasing on computer and even Xbox nowadays.
Exactly, like Xbox Game Pass and stuff. We'll see if we'll have a PS6. Sure, this is the finish line, boys.
Yeah, maybe. And then we have what was memorable about Kingdom Hearts 3. Not really that much about the game itself, actually, because the game I beat in 1 week. The thing that almost was
That's why I don't remember.
the thing that almost was more memorable with Kingdom Hearts 3 for me was, I have even made videos about this, and it was like the 6-year hype cycle of you just waiting and trying to find out every little piece of new information.
Like the wait was almost part of the experience.
Yeah, like I remember almost more about the experience of waiting, and eventually when those new trailers came and you just, oh, they have made Aqua have a white hair now.
She's Xehanort now.
Yeah, and other things that they show too much in those trailers, I realize now afterwards.
She's already part Xehanort.
but kind of the game itself is fun. It unfortunately wasn't as good as I would have wanted it to be, but it is still a fun game. But the thing that almost stands out more to me about that journey of waiting for the game is the journey of waiting and me trying the older games at the same time, and whenever you did find something new.
Do you feel the same way now that we're getting teasers for Kingdom Hearts 4?
We have barely gotten anything from Kingdom Hearts 4, like that original trailer. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but we did get some new footage.
We got some photos, which I'm not exactly...
Well, not only photos. I think they released... It's a similar setting, but you can see like the graphical differences between the first and the second trailer. Also, I think Sora will have more weapon forms.
I don't exactly know what I feel about them changing engines, because the original look was pretty good already, and I'm kind of more like, can't we try to finish these games before we upgrade them? Maybe you can do that in the next installment instead.
Yeah, I've heard online that switching engines mid-production is kind of catastrophical. You kind of have to do everything all over again.
Yeah, that's kind of like, they did the same thing with the third game, where they originally had an engine that kind of looked fine, and then they switched engine to a better one that, I will say, it looks better, but it's kind of also this thing of, is it that good of an upgrade that I'm like kind of like, well, I probably would have had this game like 1.5 years earlier.
But, well, it's 1.5 years. I don't think it's that much of a difference. Time will fly anyway.
Yeah, that's a difference between how kind of you look at game development, because when the PlayStation 3 and those things were out, we got sequels more quickly.
Yeah, like half the time at least.
Like the whole Uncharted trilogy was on like the PS3.
Damn it! I should have included Uncharted in this list.
And here's the thing, and yeah, there's a lot of examples of games that were just quickly made back then. No, the fact that we're saying that, oh, it's just 1.5 years kind of shows how much it has changed in how much longer you're waiting for games.
I guess so. I mean, my philosophy kind of changed in general. Just like, time will pass anyway, so I'm trying to be patient with stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we also have a lot of games coming out right now that maybe I still don't have time to play, so I don't think if what will change when Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out.
I remember when Marvel released their whole MCU Part 3, and the thing is that I felt like, oh, we were like in 2015, and here they are like announcing films for 2019, and I'm kind of like, am I supposed to no, at that point of time you did care.
Yeah, I did.
But here's the thing, am I supposed to spend all this time being like, oh, I can't wait for that moment 4 years in the future? I'm kind of like, maybe I need to be more like, I get around to it when the time comes, when it is that time for it to release, and maybe I should not think so much more about it in the meantime.
Yeah.
Just let life happen more than caring of
properties and media like that. Like, I get you. I think that's a way more healthier outlook on how to like wait for stuff. Because like, you won't get anything just like stressing about the thing for 4 years.
No. So, I guess one ending. I have actually 6 games that I'm just going to quickly mention as honorable mentions.
Fine, I'll take my paper as well.
Okay. Bayonetta 2, hack and slash game. Kind of my first hack and slash game. Really good. Splatoon was a kind of new experience and fun experience. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Probably one of the best games I've ever played, one of the best looking too. Pikmin 4, could not put this game down before I beat it. Spyro 2. Fun game. My favorite genre is platform, and I found that to be a really fun platformer. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. It's a game that is kind of difficult, but for some reason, after I played it the first time, for some reason it kind of just keeps staying in my mind, and I kind of want to go back to it.
I think you should.
I have gone back to it. I mean that the game doesn't escape my mind. I'm kind of like,
you're stuck here forever.
it's kind of like, it's so hard, but at the same time it's kind of fun to do. When you complete one of those hard tasks, it puts you through.
Okay, I have 3 games I wanted to do honorable mentions. Little Big Planet series, not the go-kart game, and not the newest Sackboy Adventures, because God, I didn't like that one. I love that game because I finished all of them. I think that's the one I almost 100%ed too. And I created levels with my family for a lot of time. Pokemon Rangers, Shadows of Almia. God, that one I also spent a lot of time on. I think I just kept watching videos lately, and now my phone is calling. I kept watching videos about it recently, and it's just, I got a wave of nostalgia about it. Last game that I wanted to point out. Final Fantasy 14. Let's finish on that. It's a game that keeps pulling me back. I keep thinking about it when I'm not playing it.
Yeah, and you didn't even mention 15.
I think 15 is looming in the background on this whole podcast.
It has been.
So, yeah, 15 somewhere like floaty, transparent PG.
Well, anyway, thank you for watching this episode of the Media Bubble podcast. We will be back with more episodes on a later date. Goodbye and have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Jahzzar, for our intro and outro comedy.